Welcome to part 4 of the DP900 concept series. In this session, you'll explore Azure's cloud data services, the backbone of modern data solutions. Key concepts. In this part, we'll focus on three major categories of Azure data services, that is, relational, non relational, and analytics. So, what we'll see here? First, we'll look at relational data services like Azure SQL Database. Then we'll explore non-relational options such as Cosmos DB. Finally, we'll review analytics services like Synapse and Power BI. So, relational data services, Azure SQL Database. Azure SQL Database is a fully managed relational database service. It's ideal for applications that need structured data with relationships, like an e-commerce site storing customers' orders and products. For example, when a customer places an order, SQL ensures the transaction is consistent and reliable. Next, Azure Database for PostgreSQL. This service supports open source PostgreSQL workloads. It's often used in scenarios where developers want advanced features like JSON support or geospatial queries. For instance, a ride sharing app could use PostgreSQL to store driver locations and calculate nearby matches. Now, Azure Database for MySQL. MySQL is lightweight and popular for web apps. Azure's managed MySQL service is perfect for blogs, content management systems, or small business websites. For example, a WordPress site hosted on Azure could use MySQL for storing posts and user accounts. What do you have here for non relational data services? Azure Cosmos DB, Azure Table Storage, Azure Blob Storage, Azure Cosmos DB. Cosmos DB is a globally distributed NoSQL database. It's designed for applications that need low latency and scalability. For example, a social media app can use Cosmos DB to store billions of user profiles and posts, accessible instantly across regions. Now, Azure Table Storage. Table storage is a simple key value store. It's useful for storing large amounts of structured but non relational data. So, a real world example is logging IoT sensor data. So, each record can be stored with a unique key for quick lookups. And we have Azure Blob Storage. Blob storage is for unstructured data like images, videos, and documents. A practical scenario is a video streaming platform storing thousands of movies in blob storage while delivering them securely to users worldwide. Analytics services, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Data Lake Storage, Power BI. Azure Synapse Analytics. Synapse combines big data and data warehousing. It's used when organizations need to analyze massive data sets. For example, a retail chain can use Synapse to analyze sales data across thousands of stores and identify buying trends. Now, Azure Data Lake Storage. Data Lake is designed for storing huge volumes of structured and unstructured data. The real world scenario is a bank storing years of transaction records and customer interactions, then running analytics to detect fraud patterns. Power BI. Power BI is a visualization tool that connects to Azure services. It helps turn raw data into interactive dashboards. For instance, a healthcare provider could use Power BI to visualize patient outcomes and resource usage, helping improve decision making. Okay, so the key takeaways are: relation services handle structured transactional workloads with consistency and reliability. Non relation services manage flexible, distributed, and unstructured data for modern applications. Analytics services enable large scale analysis and visualization, turning data into actionable insights. So, this is the learning journey. So in part one, we built the foundation with core data concepts and file formats. In part two, we explored workloads, asset properties, and the roles involved in data solutions. In part three, we focused on how Azure ensures security, privacy, and compliance. And in this current part four, we explored Azure's cloud data services like relational, non relational, and analytics. Up next, in part five, we will look into relational data in Azure and its features. Thank you.